and jump down because I know somebody may need to go back to finance. We're going to call up 2623 right quick and ask for Senator Sparks to give us a brief explanation of that bill and tell us what we need to do on it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate you bumping us up here. I'm headed back to finance, but the purpose of this bill is to create an advisory council. And while we're not wanting to create councils generally in more boards and commissions, this is a necessity based on the Department of Labor with federal funds that are specific to apprenticeship programs. I would have a motion at the proper time for a reverse repealer in the bill because based on communications I've had from MDES, the Department of Labor hopefully will have by February 9th, the rules and regs that we need to follow. So we're just trying to create the advisory council that is required to participate in the Federal Department of Labor apprenticeship program. That is a brief explanation of the bill, and I would yield any questions.
So I've got a motion for a reverse repealer. I'm going to go ahead and take that up right quick, and then we'll have questions on the final committee sub. You've heard the motion for reverse repealer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we got a reverse repealer put on there. Senator Williams.
Just a quick question. I think I understand. Thank you for doing this. The absence of creating this means we won't be able to use the federal dollars that are available to us.
That's as I understand it, and I've asked for the federal regs that actually show us that because I don't want to create an advisory council if it's not necessary. But as of right now, it's why this bill has been brought forward. The governor's office obviously wants to have this apprenticeship program, and we want this apprenticeship program because generally coming out of an apprenticeship program, unlike just getting a certification in something, there is a job awaiting that person, likely in a high wage, high demand Mississippi business that would have gone through the apprenticeship process.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
All right. So Senator Sparks for a motion.
Titus Fish do pass committee sub.
All right. The motion is Titus Fish do pass committee sub. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're going to report that one out. Senator Sparks, if you need to step back, we totally understand.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm going down to, let's go to this older Mississippians Act 2746. This came to us from Medicaid, and I understand this is another one of those federal, y'all need to do some stuff, bills. And I'm going to ask Alex Bucklew to step up here. He's going to give us a brief synopsis of this bill and let us know what it actually does.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You're right. This is one of those go do some stuff bills from the feds. It was prompted that way anyway. It's a cleanup bill. The thing we were prompted to do by our federal oversight agency was to get it in statute that we are the state unit on aging. We have always been the state unit on aging. It's just not in our state statute. So it would just say in the law something that we already do is mandated by the federal government. And other stuff in there, just in looking over it, we cleaned up some old language. This is the aging statutes and the Mississippi Code go back to the 1930s, but it was all overhauled by the Americans Act in the 1960s. Nobody's ever really cleaned it up, so we just want to, have the programs in there that we actually do and take out the ones that we don't.
One of the big things on here just says that MDHS is going to be held accountable for holding these area agencies accountable on aging. And that's one of the key things from our committee is holding people accountable within the state government. So you've heard that. Do we have any questions for Mr. Bucklew? All right. Committee, do I have a motion?
Title sufficient do pass.
So the motion is title sufficient do pass. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, we're going to report that one out.
Thank you.
Let's jump to 2622. Senator Johnson's bill here. I know that Senator Williams has some insight on this as well. Essentially, we're moving towards a one-door website where state services are going to be lined up in one location for our constituents. Senator Williams, do you have anything to add to that you know of?
No, I think this is a good bill to bring forward. I briefly spoke with ITS, and I think they're in favor of us continuing on that path. Obviously, literally policy where people can come and work with our state. I think from a virtual standpoint, and it goes without saying that we would mimic the same thing, when everything that's forward-looking resembles the same, and you can go to our website and kind of interact with all the state governments. So I think this kind of helps us continue forward down that path.
I think this is playing off of a bill from last year, Senator Johnson, with all the data going to one location. And this is just building in the constituent services area on that. So Any other questions from the committee? Senator Hickman, Senator Barry? If there's not any, then I entertain a motion.
Title sufficient do pass.
If the motion is title sufficient, do pass. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right. The last one on here is gonna be 2673, and you don't have 1,100 pages in front of you, and you will not have 1,100 pages in front of you today in our committee. But what we do have is a committee sub here, and the committee sub is setting up a study committee. We don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. Nobody up here knows the answer to what is best for efficiency, effectiveness, and for saving taxpayer dollars. But over the next year, I'd like for us to work towards that. And what I've done is I've brought this forward and set up the study committee, adding in our government structure committee and our state affairs committee on the House side to come together and have some discussions over that. We expect to have about 4 meetings across that time because we're going to be in depth with this. If we're going to tackle it, we're going to tackle it with all information to determine what is best for the state. So the committee sub does that. It puts in the entire committee. So good luck. Hope you're going to set aside your 4 days to come in here and visit with us. But I do anticipate bringing in these agencies and us having those discussions. Are there any questions on that committee sub? Do I have a motion on the committee sub?
Title sufficient do pass, committee sub.
All right. The motion is title sufficient, do pass, committee sub. All in favor say aye. All right. My anticipation is not to bring up the other 2 that are on the agenda at this time. If something drastically changes, we have at 5 o'clock that we can call one. So otherwise, I'll entertain a final motion. Rise and report. All in favor say aye. Thank you all.